Is there a series of steps that we need to follow if we want to start an S/4HANA transformation? Step 1. Step 2. Step 3, follow these 2.
Write us an email.
Yeah.
No, I would say, I mean, Manuel just explained a little bit. We build this accelerator and we've built it for 2 versions, new implementation or conversion. So, I mean, and then even within a new implementation, the conversation with customers is different in the situation, right? I wouldn't say there is an absolutely, how to say, these are the 10 steps and you follow from 1 to 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my personal opinion, and there was a question at the beginning that I quite liked, is make yourself familiar with what the capabilities are. Exactly like questions that we're gonna get. I mean, you need to play basically the instrument. You need to be confident about what can I do, where are limits, so where things start to be getting more complicated. For example, there's no standard content, right? And then there's also the organizational buy-in that we covered, I think, 2 times on those questions, right? So I need to understand how much can I basically do within the transformation, because the transformation usually has boundaries like resources, timelines, and so forth on.
Yeah.
I need to make my own, let me say, plan, right, based on the templates that we have and answer these questions, right? I mean, how far do I want to go when it comes, for example, to process diagrams and so forth on? How deep do I want to go? What is the right level? What is the integration? What content can I use, right? That at the end of the day, I think is I would call it the success criteria. You need to personalize this, right? Because your situation is different than the situation of another client, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, you don't have to use Signavio just for ECC to S4. You can expand S4 as well, which I think is kind of cool. So all those guys that did brownfield and dragged everything over, now it's your ability to actually, look at what you did in S4 and expand what you're doing or fix. So the conversation's two-sided on here. It's like, yeah, you can do the S4 transformation, but you could also use, for continuous improvement on S4.